Okay, so you're learning English, and I imagine that you've probably got a good level already, okay? But let me ask you a question. When was the last time you learned something and you thought to yourself, what? I never knew that. I've been saying it wrongly all these years. Well, today we've got 6 of those moments for you. 6 ways of speaking that native speakers use that you probably didn't learn at school. If you did, then congratulations. You went to a good school. And why are you watching this video? If not, then I promise you that this video is really going to boost your level in English in just a few minutes. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome to Let Them Talk, the channel that goes deeper into everything about the English language. And I'm an English teacher and I've been teaching English for more than 15 years. And although I teach in Paris now, I've had students from all over the world. But whatever the level of my students, I usually know in advance that there are some very common ways of expression and grammar that native English speakers use that the students don't for some reason, and I can only conclude that these just aren't in the English books that they use at school. Anyway, I've got 6 tips for you today, plus a bonus tip at the end, so stay tuned for that. You're going to learn a lot. So let's get straight into it. So you enter a restaurant with your friend and the waiter says, "How many are you?" And you say, "We are 2. Now, is that correct? We are 2. No, it isn't. In English, we usually talk impersonally when we talk about people, even if it includes us. So, we would say, "There are 2 of us. There are 2 of us," okay? Another example, I'm not sure exactly, but 5 of us will be at the concert, okay? So, tip number 1 is use there are and not we are when talking about yourself and other people. So, next question. Is this sentence grammatically correct? These days, it's not easy to know the difference between a French wine and a New Zealand wine. It's not easy to know the difference between a French wine and a New Zealand wine. When you're drinking it, I mean. No, it isn't. The correct sentence would be, it's not easy to tell the difference between, okay? That's right. The rule is, if we're using our senses, the sense of smell, touch, taste, feeling, or hearing, to recognize information, then we use the verb to tell and not make or know. Remember here, we are not using the verb tell to mean saying something to something. This is a different meaning of tell. So I often hear students say something like, "I can know the difference between a clementine and a tangerine." This is not correct. Firstly, you don't use can and know together in the affirmative anyway. We are using our senses, the sense of taste maybe. One is sweeter than the other perhaps. So you must use tell. I can tell the difference, okay? By the way, I've just realized I don't really know the difference between a clementine and a tangerine. So if you know the difference, then do leave the answer in the comments. Anyway, we use know to talk about situations when we have prior information. For example, you say you didn't steal the cookies, but I know you're lying because I saw the video of you stealing the cookies, okay? I have prior information, I saw the video, so I use the verb know, okay? I can tell you are lying because of how you're answering the question and your body language. No, I didn't steal the cookies, it was some other guy. Okay, so in that case, we're using our senses to recognize the information. So we use tell. I can tell you are lying. So my next tip is use though at the end of a sentence to show a contrast. We know that you can use although at the beginning or in the middle of a sentence, but most English speakers, or certainly when they're speaking informally, will put it at the end of a sentence. So for example, it's very cold outside. Nice day though. So all you need is a statement and something that contradicts that statement, and then though at the end, which you say with a rising tone. Okay. He's a really nice guy. Bit stupid though. I'm free most of the week. Not tomorrow though. Okay. So there you are. You make a statement, you contradict the statement, and then you put though at the end. Simple, huh? Okay. One more example. The exam was really difficult. I think I passed it though. Another challenge for you. Is this sentence correct? We visited many countries on our European trip, like Portugal and Germany. Like Portugal and Germany. Is that correct? Not really. A much better and a much clearer way of expressing that sentence would be to use such as rather than like. Yes, use such as. That's our next tip. Like we use for comparison, okay? If you say like Portugal and Germany, you'd mean somewhere which is similar to both Portugal and Germany, and I don't know where that is. So like means the same or something similar to. So for example, we need someone like Messi or Ronaldo in our football team, okay? So such as is giving an example from a longer list, okay? You're giving an example from a longer list, okay? So for example, I watch a lot of British TV shows, such as Sherlock and Black Mirror, okay? So there you are, I'm giving an example from a longer list. And my next tip is use ish as a suffix to mean about, approximately, around, to some extent. For example, we'll arrive 8ish, which means we'll arrive about 8 p.m. Are you busy? Busy-ish, but never too busy to see you. Was the film good? Yeah, good-ish, but certainly no masterpiece. Native English speakers use ish a lot, so do learn it. And we've made a video about this very subject, and I'll put a link to that in the description. So my next challenge is this sentence correct? Somebody asks you, have you got the time? And you respond, sorry, I don't. Sorry, I don't. Is that correct? Not really. A much better way to respond would be, I'm afraid I don't. I'm afraid I don't have the time. Okay? Now, in English, we use I'm sorry when you have done something wrong and you need to apologize. Okay? That's fine. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm sorry I ate all your sausages. I'm sorry I drank all your whiskey. Okay, but when you're giving people information that they don't want to hear, okay, you use I'm afraid. I'm afraid you haven't got the job. I'm afraid we've run out of bananas. I'm afraid the show has been cancelled. Okay, so here we are. We're giving people information, but you are not responsible for the bad news. So we use I'm afraid and not sorry. Okay, and we do have, once again, we do have a video just on this subject with more information. And once again, I'll put a link to that in the description. Is this sentence correct? Venezuela has a lot of economical problems. Venezuela has a lot of economical problems. No, it isn't correct. The correct word is economic, not economical. And this is the bonus tip, and I'm just giving you this tip because the difference between economic and economical is a very common mistake that I hear. So I thought this was a good moment to give it to you. So, just to clarify this, economics is the study of the science of the economy. So, for example, we are trying to improve the economic situation, whereas economical means saving money or not wasting money. So, for example, I don't have much money this month, so I have to be economical with my budget. Okay? Electric cars are more economical to run than petrol cars. They save money, they are cheaper. So there you are. How many of those did you know? You can put your answer in the comments. So once again, thank you for watching. Stay mellow, and I'll see you next time.